Hello, good evening from wet, rainy Wales. Nice to have you back when you arrive, either in a bit or when you watch the video later on. So today I would like to do a Yin Yoga and storytelling session, where basically I will guide you into a series of Yin Yoga poses, with the idea being that I will read you a story to help you relax deeper. It's the first time that I've tried this, so I would really appreciate it if you could just write something. Hello, Karen. If you could just write something underneath the video afterwards to let me know what you thought. Hi, Linda. That would be really helpful. And as this week all of my classes are focused around Chinese New Year, the year of the ox started on Friday, then the story I'm going to be reading you is about how an old Chinese folktale about how the Chinese Zodiac, the 12 years of the Chinese Zodiac, came to be named after animals. So that is how it's going to work. So let's begin. If you would like to start by lying on your back, have your props around in case you need them. Anything that's soft and supportive, blocks, cushions, blankets, anything is great. So if you want to just lie back, we're going to start in Reclined Butterfly, which is a bit more restorative actually. So bring the soles of the feet together and then just let the knees flop out to the sides. So hopefully you're feeling some kind of stretch on the inside thighs. You can play with the position of the feet if you like, bringing them a bit closer or a bit further away. Seeing how that changes the stretch there. And just checking that your groin and your knees are relaxed. If your knees need support, then by all means, please put something underneath them. And with the arms, you can put them out to the sides to open up the chest, or you can put them overhead. Play with that. That may well give a bit of a stretch and an opening to the front of the body as well. So you choose. Just close your eyes and we'll be here for around 3 minutes. And I'll just give you a minute or so to relax into it first, and then I will begin. So if you're new to Yin Yoga or haven't been doing it for long, just to remind you, we remain in poses for several minutes, and we want to try to relax the muscles as much as we can and resolve to stay still. So it's always useful to check in, ask yourself, does anywhere feel tense? Does anywhere feel tight? Can I just release the muscles in that area, even just a bit? The first couple of poses actually I think will do without the story, and then I'll start just to allow you a bit of time to get into it first. Are you holding any tension anywhere? And what can be helpful is to imagine that you're sending your breath to that area breathing into that area, focusing on that area, and then as you're breathing out, seeing if you can release, if you can relax a little bit more. So if your arms are up, bring them down. You can take hold of your knees and bring your knees gently in. Just leave them here. You can let them knock together just for a short rebound. Noticing how the legs feel. And if you wanted to just drop the knees to one side and then the other, then I encourage you to do this with attention, noticing that movement, rather than just doing it automatically as we do with everything, really, unless it's new. Then just dropping the knees to the left and right, just loosening up the hips. And then we're going to move into a twist. Now, apparently today is International Cat Day, and even though Socks isn't in here with us, then we're going to do cat pulling its tail. So just shuffle your feet to the right, and then straighten out the left leg. Then guide the right knee over to the left. Bend the back leg, and you can take hold of that back foot or the ankle. And if it doesn't put too much strain on the knee, you can just take that leg back a bit as well, as long as you're not pulling on the knee. And you can either stay up here on the elbow, or you can roll over. This front leg can be bent, or it can be straight. And basically what we're trying to do here is we've got this twist, which is here just by the position. Even if you're up on your elbow, you'll still have the twist. But this position is a little bit different in that it's a back bend twist, which you don't get with most reclined twists. So just play with it a bit. We're going to be here for around 2 minutes or so. Decide where you're going to put the arms. Perhaps resting on the knee. If you do feel like you're pulling on that back knee, then just bring it a bit further forward. And just notice where you're feeling this. This is very different. This is like a kitchen sink pose. There are a lot of variations that can be made in this pose. But in this particular shape that you're in, where are you feeling it? Me, I'm feeling it right at the bottom of my lower back. I'm feeling a stretch in my back arm. I'm feeling a sensation in my shoulder. And a bit in this top leg, on the inside of the top leg. So that's me. So just for the next minute or so, notice where you're feeling it. Thanks, Martin. Thanks for the compliment on my socks. They are. Don't forget to keep the body relaxed. And I promise I will start the story soon. We're just going to do the other side of cat pulling its tail, then the next series of poses I'll read it. It's quite a short story. Okay, so let go of that back leg. And then again, just move onto your back, knees bent, just let the knees knock in together. Noticing the after effect in the body now. And then we'll go to the other side. So this time take the feet a little bit over to the left and the hips as well actually. Straighten out the right leg. And then bend the left knee and it comes over to the side. Same thing, also twist the upper body to the left. Doesn't matter if the knee comes off the floor. You can bend that back leg and take hold of it. And you can stay up on the elbow if you want to, that's fine. Either way, you're still getting that twist and a bit of a back bend. Put the arm wherever you want. And again, we'll be here for around 2 minutes. Notice where you're feeling the stimulation on this side. Stretch, twist, compression. Is it the same or is it different? And remember to relax the muscles. Hi Helen, I can see your little face up at the top. And hello anybody else who's there who I can't see. Thank you for joining. Just another half minute or so. Notice if you've automatically tensed anything. See if you can send your breath there. See if you can just relax that area. And then on the next out breath, let go of the back leg. And then just roll over onto your back. We're going to lay in rebound for around a minute or so. So just move yourself into a relaxed position, maybe just letting the arms and the legs flock out a bit, like you would in Shavasana. Close your eyes. Notice how the body feels. Notice how the mind is. And I'll just explain what we're going to do next while you're in the rebound. So we're going to move into either a series or, if you prefer, one pose for around 6 to 8 minutes whilst I read the story. And there's a few variations of the pose, and I want you to choose which variations you want to move in. And as I said, you can just stay in one variation for the whole time, if you like. So these variations will stimulate slightly different parts of the back. So just pay attention to where you want the stretch. So So if you just want to move over onto your front, so lying down on your front, they're going to be Sphinx and Seal variations. So if you just want to look at me first, then I will show you what they are. So the first one is going to be lying on your front with your head in your hands. So the way that this is working is this, in all of these you're going to be getting some back bend, a degree of a back bend, but this is focused more on the upper back, so more of a curve, an arch in the upper back. You can play with the position of the elbows, you can move them further away for a bit of a deeper bend in the back, or maybe a bit closer towards you or something in the middle. You play with it. So this is one variation. The second variation is on the elbows, so we're going up a bit higher, and this is giving a bit more compression in the lower back. Play with the position of the legs if you want to open them a bit more, see if that may, especially if you're getting a pinching sensation in the lower back, I would do that. The hands can be on the floor or the palms can be together. And if you wanted a bit more back bend, a bit more compression in the lower back, then you can raise the feet. You can also put something, if you want to be a bit higher, more back bend, you can go on some kind of support that obviously brings you up. Again, play with the position of that. And the last variation, if you're not really getting anything from any of those poses, then you can go up on the hands. But just make sure that it's yin. You do want to be relaxed in this pose. Again, playing with the position of the hands. So I would suggest a couple of minutes in 3 of those variations or so. So personally, I would suggest starting with the head in the hands, but if you want to start with another variation, then by all means do. So just spend a minute or so finding your position to start with, and I'll tell you after each 2 minutes or so if you want to change to another one. Sorry, you can't see me anymore. And I will read you a story. So find your pose, adjust if you need to. And if you want to move into another pose, I'll tell you in a couple of minutes when you can do that. So here is the story of the Chinese Zodiac and how it came to be named, the 12 years came to be named after the 12 animals. So long ago in China, the Jade Emperor decided that there should be a way of measuring time. On his birthday, he told the animals that there was to be a swimming race. The first 12 animals across the fast-flowing river would be the winners, and they would each have a year of the Zodiac named after them. All the animals lined up along the riverbank. The rat and the cat, who were good friends, were worried because they were poor swimmers. Being clever, they asked the strong ox if he would carry them across the river. Of course, said the kind ox. Just climb on my back and I'll take you across. The rat and the cat jumped up and were very excited when the ox took the lead. They'd almost reached the other bank when the rat pushed the cat into the water, leaving him to struggle. Just as the ox was about to win the race, the rat leapt on his head and onto the bank to finish first. Well done, said the Jade Emperor to the proud rat. The first year of the Zodiac will be named after you. The poor ox had been tricked into second place, and the second year of the Zodiac was named after him, which is this year, 2021. Shortly after, the exhausted tiger clawed his way to the riverbank to claim third place. Swimming across the river had been an enormous struggle for him against the strong currents. The emperor was so delighted with his efforts that he named the third year after him. If you want to move into a different variation of Sphinx or Seal, now would be the time. Next to arrive was the rabbit, who hadn't swum across at all. He'd hopped across on some stepping stones and then found a floating log which carried him to the shore. I shall be very happy to call the 4th year after you, the surprised Jade Emperor explained. Just then, a kind dragon swooped down to take 5th place. The Jade Emperor asked, "Why didn't you win the race when you can fly?" "I needed to make some rain because some people and animals needed water to drink," the dragon explained. "Then I saw a little rabbit on a log in the water, so I blew a puff of wind so that the log would float to the riverbed." "Well, that was very kind of you. You'll have the 5th year of the Zodiac named after you." The next thing the Jade Emperor heard was the sound of the horse's hooves. Just as he was thinking the horse would be the next animal to arrive, a sneaky snake wriggled out from around one of the horse's hooves. The horse was so surprised that he jumped backwards, giving the snake a chance to take the 6th place in the race. The poor horse had to be satisfied with 7th place. Not long afterwards, a raft arrived carrying the goat, the monkey, and the cockerel. They explained to the emperor how they'd shared the raft that the rooster had found, that the cockerel had found. The goat and the monkey had cleared weeds and pushed the raft to the shore. The emperor was very pleased that the animals had worked together. He said the goat would be the 8th zodiac animal, the monkey the 9th, and the rooster the 10th. And if you want to move to the final variation of the pose here, then please do. Or stay where you are if you prefer. Maravasavit. The next animal to finish was the dog. "Why are you so late when you're one of the best swimmers?" asked the Jade Emperor. "The water in the river was so clean that I had to have a bath on the way," explained the dog. His reward was to have the 11th year named after him. There was one place left in the Zodiac, and the Emperor wondered why the last winner would come. Finally, he heard a grunt from the boar. "You took a long time to cross the river," said the Emperor to the boar. "I was hungry and stopped to eat," explained the boar. "After the meal, I felt so tired that I fell asleep." "You've still done well," said the Jade Emperor. "The last year of the Zodiac will be named after you." As for the cat who'd been pushed into the water by the rat, he finally crawled out of the water, but he was too late to have a year named after him. He felt very cross with the rat, and since then cats have never been friends with rats. From that day to this, the Chinese Zodiac has followed the cycles of years named after these 12 animals. The end. So whatever variation of Sphinx or Seal you're in now, then please come down to just lie on your front, arms by the sides, and just relax. Noticing how you feel, how the back in particular feels. And then bend your knees again. And the same as we did before, just drop the legs to the right side, to the left. Paying attention to the movement rather than just doing it automatically. Noticing what's going on. Feeling what's going on. Instead of just letting your experience pass you by and letting your life pass you by. And then we're just going to move into our final Shavasanas. You can stay on your front if you want to, that's fine. Or move onto your back. Or if you prefer to sit for the last couple of minutes and just gently push yourself up into whatever seated position is comfortable for you. Whatever position you're in, just get relaxed. Make sure that you're in a neutral position. Make sure you're warm. Put something under your head if you want to. And for the next 4 minutes, just allow yourself to be supported. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. And just wait for me to ring that final bell. Now just relax. So slowly and gently, yinly, make your way back up to a seated position if you're not here already to join me. Taking your time as always. And then when you are here, just close your eyes for a couple of moments, noticing the effect, seeing how you feel. Take a deep breath in, and then breathe out the mouth. Arms out to the sides, up above, palms together, and then down in front of the face, grazing the front of the face to the heart. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. As I mentioned at the beginning, if you were here, tell me what you thought of this. Just can you write something underneath this video? I'd like to know what your experience was. Did it work? Or did it not work? I hope it did, but it would be good to get your feedback. Tomorrow, if anyone would like to join me, I have a hour and a half, hour and a quarter class focused around the ox qualities, again related to the year of the ox, so patience, strength, calm, many of those things that we actually need at the moment. So we're going to be cultivating those qualities in tomorrow's immersion class. You can find that on my events page, Yin Yoga, Cultivating Inner and Outer Strength. So I hope you enjoyed that. Do let me know. And good, I'm glad, Helen. Thank you. And please join me tomorrow, or failing that, next week. Thank you.